Good evening. Welcome to JMR Talks. In continuation of our last talk on employee relationship management, let us discuss today further the importance of employee relationship management and managers' role, etc. In the last talk, we looked at the concept of employee relationships as such, why employee relationships need to be managed, what is its importance, and we also looked at the importance of relationships in terms of Harvard adult study as such. Let us continue the discussion. Why employee relationship management? People must be wondering as to what is so special about people and their relationships at the workplace. When we look at the factors of production, you have land, labor, capital, organization. Okay. Nowadays we are talking about technology, we are talking about infrastructure, and so many other factors of production. So when you have so many other factors of production, why we should be concerned about people and their relationships at the workplace? Jason Jennings, a famous American speaker, author of best New York New York Times what are called books, a writer. He interviewed 280,000 CEOs and visited about 220,000 companies, met so many managing directors, entrepreneurs, leaders, directors, etc. So he was trying to find out what is that major challenge these leaders, CEOs, what they'll face, and what is the most important factor among all the factors of production. And ultimately, based on his interviews, based on his meetings, interactions, he found that when we talk about artificial intelligence or machine learning or any other form of technology, not only you, even your competitor has the same. So what is that you have which is different or which others don't have? And Jason Jennings concluded that it's nothing but your people. So when people are the only differentiator, and when we talk about people, immediately relationships comes into what we call play. So managers in particular and the top management in general, they need to pay attention to employee relationship. We have seen that in organizations where employee relations are sound, congenial, friendly, people are loyal, they're committed, they give their best. We have seen in terms of Gallup findings that manager plays a crucial role in creating an environment where people give their best. Let them not say, "Oh, Monday." Let them come back to the workplace happily. That they will be able to do so only when managers play their due role. Fine. When we talk about relationship management, is it the only manager who is responsible for managing their relationships with the employees? Employees don't have any role as such? No. It is a two-way street. When we talk about employee relationship management, both the managers and the employees, they have a role to play. Yes, the common perception is that managers are more accountable. There are different opinions. Some people say that managers are responsible. Some people say what well, employees are responsible. But when we take a holistic, what well, look, we could say that it is a two-way street, and both the parties need to create trust in each other. Managers should conduct themselves in such a way that employees trust them for guidance, for resolving their issues, providing nitty-gritty, making them comfortable to work. And similarly, employees on their part, they need to attend to the task, the deadlines, meet the deadlines, and be a dependable, factor of production as such. But among the managers and employees, naturally, managers have a greater responsibility because they are skilled and they are more well experienced. What is that needs to be done for improving employee relationships? When we say that employee relationships at the workplace are of paramount importance, what is that needs to be done? We should pay attention to the teams. There was a time when people were talking about intelligent quotient. Today we are talking about emotional quotient, understanding our emotions and also emotions of the people around. Together, everyone achieves more. When we manage the relationships, be it in a team or be in a whatever department or a company, they give their best. In other words, the managers must practice what they preach. Few suggestions in this regard to improve employee relationships, to make them own the company, be loyal, be committed, and give their best. Firstly, it should start with onboarding. At the time of joining itself, the management in general, managers in particular, they should try to create a supportive environment by taking them on a guided tour so that they become comfortable with the climate, culture, environment, feel psychological safety, etc. The second one is about streamlining the communication. We all know communication is the hallmark of management. No communication, no management. In fact, people say the biggest barrier or obstacle in the form of employee relationship management is nothing but poor communication. Communication, communication, communication. Be it when it comes to communicating the goals, be it clarifying their role in the team, be it clarifying in terms of the expectations from the people. When we are setting the goals, let them be simple, measurable, attainable or achievable, realistic, and time based. When the communication is clear, people are clear about the expectations of the company or the organization, and accordingly, they can direct their efforts. The last but not the least is professional development. Are we evincing interest in their career development? Some cynics might say, why should we invest in their learning and development? Once they learn and develop, if they leave, my response for this is like this. Fine. If we invest in their learning and development, there is a risk of they leaving. But let us say we don't invest and they decide to stay back. So let us invest in the learning and development initiatives so that people could develop themselves. And let's make a note of this that when we invest, they return the investment in terms of upgraded skills and thereby giving their best for accomplishing the task. In the next talk, we will look at the employee relationship model, how best we can strengthen the employee relationships.